Welcome to the Side Out Society podcast, your go-to place for the stories, culture, and community surrounding women's volleyball. I'm one of your hosts, Tiff Oshinsky.
And I'm Lindsay Harwood, your other host.
All right, Lindsay, the U.S. Pro season is sadly officially over, but I'm so glad that we had a really exciting end where the Dallas Pulse ended up winning the MLV Championship by beating the Omaha Supernovas in 5 sets. It was so exciting.
It was wild. I know we were both watching and I was watching on like a 5-minute delay and my house was going crazy. It was such an even the semis and the finals, such great games, such great volleyball. So yeah, what a way to end the season.
Perfect way to end the season. And I'm very excited to also share that our guest today is one of those champions and was a major contributor to the Pulse winning the title in their inaugural season. She is a native of Flower Mound, Texas, who grew up in a household that was basically an athletic assembly line. We're talking about a family of elite D1 and professional athletes, including sisters and parents who won national titles in college and went on to play both in the W and overseas professionally. But while the rest of her family was busy dominating the basketball court, our guest decided to forge her own path on the volleyball court, making her the only member of the Cox Dynasty to officially say no thanks to the hoops. She's a 2-time All-American who crushed records at both Missouri and Western Kentucky, including a legendary performance where she hammered down 34 kills in a single match. She has a well-documented talent for hoisting heavy trophies, from leading her high school to a state title to winning the 2024 CUSA Championship, where she was named Player of the Year. She is a self-proclaimed pasta lover, someone who's just as comfortable by water as she is on a volleyball court, and a player who just capped off her second pro season by becoming a Major League Volleyball champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Flower Mound phenom and the newly crowned champ, Kaylee Cox. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Kaylee, I mean, the game was so exciting. 5 sets, you had 13 kills, a double-double. But I got to ask, in that final 5th set, when did you realize that you guys were about to be crowned, and what was going through your mind, especially after everything that you guys went through this season?
I mean, I kind of knew from the beginning of the 5th set, we had so much momentum from that 4th set going into the 5th, and we've won so many 5th sets. I think our record was like 6-1 going into it. And so I had all the confidence in myself and in my team that we could go out there and win that 5th set. And so kind of started to like soak in, I guess, towards, I think it was like 10 to something. I think we were up a little bit by a couple points, and I'm like, all right, we got this. Like, I have full faith in my team, this support system, everybody. So I knew that we could do it.
Are you holding back like a smile knowing? Because you still have 5 more points to get before it's over.
A little bit. I mean, it's always hard because you got to stay focused out on the court, but when you know, you kind of know, and you're like, all right, we need to just finish this thing out because there are comebacks that can happen. And so we just wanted to stay on top of it and just finish out that match and get crowned champions.
I mean, it was so exciting just to go to 5. And then I just as a viewer, you could tell you guys were so locked in. You had so much momentum. Sofia Maldonado Diaz just was like killing it. Like her eyes were just fire and just had so many great kills. Just seemed like you were working so well as a team. What did you do? Like, the celebration was so exciting. Like, what did you guys do right after the game? How did you celebrate?
I mean, we were celebrating on the court and then headed into the locker room. I got champagne in my eyes.
I heard that hurts.
Yes, it hurts very bad. Not a great feeling. But we were just all together in the team locker room. It was awesome. Coaches were in there, media staff was in there, support staff was in there. So it was just awesome to all be together and kind of just soak in this moment all together.
I feel like when I would watch, baseball teams win the World Series or football teams win the Super Bowl, and you see like that champagne locker room, you're like, I would love to be part of that one day. Like, were you excited like that?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. And so it was amazing. But yeah, the champagne in the eyes definitely did not feel great. I think they said that they were supposed to get goggles for us, but I did not see any
Oh
goggles.
no! Yeah, usually you see the goggles getting put on people before the champagne starts. Was your locker room all covered up in plastic too, like they do?
Yes, they put tarp all over our lockers. So luckily they did that because all of our stuff would have been soaking wet.
When you guys won the semifinals on Thursday, going into the finals on Saturday, I mean, Omaha played out of their mind. They were amazing Thursday night. They were really great against you guys. But was there a little bit of you that was a little disappointed it wasn't Indy because you guys were the top 2 seeds all season and you guys really battled back and forth all year?
Yeah, I mean, I was just excited to play anybody, to be honest, to get to the finals and play anybody. It is a little, I mean, disappointing. We've always wanted to get back at Indy. I mean, we haven't beat them that season. And so, but it's been awesome. I mean, we knew Omaha from the back of our hand, just playing everybody 4 times. And so to be able to go out there and just play whoever was really awesome. And just to be able to play for a championship was amazing.
But you got a little home field advantage.
Yeah. It was awesome. I mean, our fans really showed out. I'm sure y'all saw that it was sold out and stuff, but it was an amazing atmosphere. There were so many people there from so many different teams. Even I think I saw some of the Indy Ignite parents show up and support no matter what, which is awesome for women's volleyball.
I mean, it's such a great story for your team. You know, the very first your first year in the league, coming off strong, you know, you're, I guess, technically the newbies of an MLV, and then to make it to the finals and win, like, what a just incredible story. And what was the conversations during the year, during the season? At the very beginning, was it, we want to win a championship, we want to do the best we can? What was the behind the scenes conversations like throughout the season to get to this point?
I mean, from the very start, Shannon said that we're going to go out there and win a championship. I think we kind of came in with a little bit of an underdog mentality. I think we were ranked in preseason number 6. And so that kind of lit a fire underneath us. And we knew that we could do it. I think our president and our front office staff did a great job working with Shannon to put this team together. And I think we got overlooked at times. And I think once we came out and started winning games, people were like, oh, like, they're actually really good. And we were like, yeah, like, we're here to play and we're here to win a championship. So I think just they built a really great culture with us too. I think our team has a great culture. And I think you don't see a lot of teams with people liking each other both on and off the court. I think there's sometimes that can get in between stuff, but I think our team was great and we had a great culture and stuff.
When you guys first got together, because your team was obviously very unique in the sense that you were an expansion team, they brought players in from all over. I know you got to play with Jelly Sirigan, who you played with in high school and in club. But like, what was kind of your bonding moment at the beginning of the season that got you to that step to say, okay, now that we're on the court, we're ready to go? Like, did you do any off-site work things or bonding games or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, during training camp, you have a little bit more free time than you have during season. So we were doing stuff as a team. I think Shannon did a really good job of bringing us all in at the very beginning of training camp. We did a meeting and we all brought a picture of why we play volleyball. And so mine was a picture of my family, and just we all talked about that, and I think that really bonded us together. It was emotional. It was really amazing, and I think that's an awesome thing that Shannon did to get us to be so close at the very beginning.
Oh, it's so sweet. I love that.
Yeah, no, just talking about the culture, like, I want to hear more, just some of the fun off the court stuff. Like, I guess that seems like such a wonderful, special way to start your season, to learn more about your players, your teammates, and why you're here and your family. Like, what else contributed to the culture? Like, how would you describe it? What was like really special or something just unique that we don't even see on the court? That's just, you guys as friends, as players, on and off.
I mean, I think something really big is we're not talking to the same people every single day whenever we walk into practice. So like one day, if I see somebody new walk in, I haven't talked to them in a couple days, I'm like, hey, like, let's have a conversation, whatever, and like get to catch up with them and stuff. So I think just branching out and talking to people that you normally wouldn't talk to. I mean, I think everybody has their super close friends, but I think what we did a really good job of is talking to everybody and bringing everybody in to build that strong team culture.
Being that you're from Flower Mound, Texas, like near the Dallas area, did you recommend restaurants and places to buy cowboy boots for the players or your teammates?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we actually did have a sponsorship that was super awesome. We had Lane Boots. They provided us with a bunch of boots, and so that was awesome. But I think I also had most of the team over. I think whoever wanted to come came over to my house, and we just had a pool day, and my dad grilled out for us. So it was really nice to be home. And I think for me last year, I was in Columbus, so I was kind of far away from home. And so to be able to bring teammates home that aren't close to home, to have them have a home cooked meal and just kind of relax was, I think, really awesome for them.
Yeah, and you had a decent amount of international players on your team too. I know that they've been playing here in the States for a little bit, but being in Texas, did they find it helpful that, you and Jelly are like, natives and you can help them? Or how did they fit into the Dallas lifestyle?
Yeah, I think I got asked a ton of questions multiple times of like, hey, where should we go? What are some fun things to do? But I think when our international players have been playing for so long, you kind of not get used to it, but in a way you kind of understand like, hey, this is my job. This is what I'm doing. And so, but they did heavily lean on me to ask different questions about where to go.
What's your go-to place that's like not a restaurant? Like when I'm off and I have time to like have fun, what do you like to do?
One of my favorite, I love to golf.
No way.
I'm not very good,
It's okay.
But I try. So one thing that I love to do is just go out and play golf, but there's also a little like mini putt, like it's called Pop Stroke over in the Colony. And so that's always really fun to do. And I think it's built by Tiger Woods maybe. But it's really fun. Take some people there and just have fun.
I love that.
Do you get very competitive when you're playing mini golf, or can you let it go?
No, very competitive. It's kind of bad. I think we went with me and two of my other sisters, and it was there might have been a couple of crap talking in between there.
Are they as competitive as you are?
Yes. Growing up with them was insane. I mean, there were fights all the time. I say to my parents, I'm like, I'm so sorry sometimes, but it's just the joy of being parents, I guess. But yeah, there were a ton of fights in our household.
That's so funny. I feel like you don't usually hear that about the girls, about like sisters.
Yeah.
We've heard stories about, the brothers getting into fights, but the sisters, usually it's like my sister and I, she's 6 years older than me. So our tiffs, if you will, were like when I would steal her clothes type of thing. Yeah. But that was kind of the extent. I feel like I didn't have that competitive other, like, was it like physical fights, like where you're arguing, like pulling, books or controllers or sporting equipment out of each other's hands, or like what?
No, full on physical. It was, and I can say that now because we are so close now, but like when we were younger, it was like, I did not like my sisters at all. Like
Aww.
it was rough because we were just so competitive, and I think that has helped me in the long run of just being and growing up with them, just being so competitive and them pushing me to my best and everything. So yeah, there were some physical crap talking, but it made me into the person and player that I am today.
You're so sweet, though. I can't believe that escalated that far.
But I see it on the court, like the competitive nature on the court, It's got to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously. How do you find that switch to turn it on? Just once you step on the court, you're like, game time.
Yeah. I mean, I can even say that I'm competitive off the court too. I think if I'm doing something, whether that be, I don't even know, but I would say I'm competitive off the court too, just wanting to win in all ways of life.
Awesome. I agree. I mean, I would describe myself the same way. Like, I'm in awe of people who can play even a board game and be like, it's fine if I lose. I'm like locked in from from the beginning, like I must win. So
I feel like the board games, so I have two kids also. I was telling Kaylee before we started recording, Lindsay, that you have a daughter. But with my kids, they're 8 and 6, and we'll occasionally play board games. And it's not that I'm competitive, but I am a very strict rule follower, especially with board games, where I'm like, you do not cheat. I do not allow you to cheat just because you're younger than me. Like, if you're going to win, you're going to beat me fair and square. Like, that's where my competitiveness goes to, I think.
it's a good lesson. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. With your sisters all playing basketball, your parents all playing basketball, I know that you played soccer for 8 years, but where did this rebellion come from?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to play basketball and I just like never really liked it. I would like sub in on my younger sister's teams if they needed like an extra person, and I hated it. But I would literally shoot the basketball like how I set.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, I don't know how to shoot a basketball. Like, I'm not playing this. And so my mom was actually a volleyball coach, or did volleyball lessons at a club. And so she was like, why don't you, like, we're tired of being outdoors with you playing soccer. Like, it's too hot or it's too cold at times. So she was like, let's come play an indoor sport. And I was like, okay, like, I guess I'll try it. So we would just like pepper out in our front yard, like me and my mom. And then finally tried out and fell in love with it.
That's awesome.
How old were you at this point? Like what age?
12 or 13.
All right.
So
when did you know that like you were good?
I mean, when I first started playing, I was at kind of a smaller club and I was playing setter, back row, and then I would go to the front row and I would play middle.
Wow.
And then I finally switched over to a bigger club, TAV, and made the top team. And I think that's when I kind of realized that like, oh, I could play with the top talent. Like I'm good enough to do this. And so I kind of just ran from there. And I think people around me gave me confidence that I could do it. And so I just kind of trusted in myself and trusted in God that this was the path for me.
Texas Advantage is a good club. I used to play them back in the day, and I remember how good they were. Did a lot of your teammates end up going on playing college?
I think our whole entire 17s team did.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't play 18s. I actually went to college early, so I graduated high school early.
You know, a lot of players are doing that, because I remember, especially I was looking at this year's recruits, and almost everyone, at least in the top schools like Nebraska, Penn State, Wisconsin, Texas, like they all graduated early to start the spring season, which in my, like, you know, we grew up a little bit ago, and like that was not even heard of, even with my club team, because a lot of my club teammates went D1, you know, Stanford. I was going to go to Penn State with one of my club teammates, but ended up not going in the end. We had William and Mary, Temple, like, you know, a lot of big schools, and everyone played 18s.
Yeah. I think it's just like such a changing world now. I think I hate it, but it's good for athletes. NIL, I think it's good for athletes too. I think that is a proving factor that it's good to go early. And I think you're also going early because it's really hard your freshman year. I think you get there at the beginning of the summer and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like also new, like so fast and stuff. And so for me, like that truly helped me. And it was actually during the COVID season. So I was actually able to like go see games and travel with them. So that was, I think that changed my game for the better. I think that made me a great player, and just getting there early and getting through that freshman part of it before season starts was really good.
Being a freshman anywhere, regardless, is hard. And then let alone like going to, you know, top school, transitioning to, you know, much faster type of volleyball, going to college, like so many transitions at once.
Yeah.
Now, what was your mentality when you were deciding where to go to college? Because, I mean, you obviously transferred from Mizzou to Western Kentucky at some point, but as a senior in high school, like you have no idea. You're still trying to figure out who you are as a person and where you belong in life. So what was kind of your thought process, just for advice for other young players who are eventually looking to play in college and make that transition?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. Like it was different for me than I think it is now. Like, I think you have to wait until like junior year or something to get recruited. But for me, like people were reaching out to me when I was in like 8th grade and I'm like, I haven't even gotten to high school yet. Like, how am I supposed to decide on a college that's 4 years away from now? Um,
Good
so
for
I
you,
think
though,
just
by the
like,
way.
yeah, yeah. Um, but I think just like taking your time with it, I think it can be a rush process at times. And I think just settling down and taking your time because I mean, it is a big decision. You're going to be at this school for 4 years, unless you transfer, but, like trying to find a school that you will stay at for 4 years, I think is always the right way to do it. I think with the world of NIL, that comes into play, which I personally don't like. I think a lot of people are choosing schools for the wrong reasons. And I think you need to find a school that's going to be great, where you have a great coach that's going to make you better. And if you're looking to play long term, you need that in your life. And so just finding that coach that's going to make you better and that you fully trust outside of volleyball and in volleyball. So, yeah.
How much did academics play into your decision? Did you know what you wanted to be when you grew up, even though you were going to be playing volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, I eventually want to go into like medical device sales. So the academic piece of it is always important. But I think for me, it wasn't like a huge factor because for that kind of job market, you don't really need a certain degree. And so just whatever was open was open.
Lindsay and I actually have a very good buddy who's a professional ball player, played in like the minors, made it to AAA, I believe, who's now in medical sales. So,
awesome.
That
Like
is
what that pipeline
a
is.
great pipeline.
Yeah, they love the athletes. It's a very competitive market, which I love.
My brother-in-law actually does it too, and he played baseball in college. So it's like, yeah, they love the athletes.
Yeah,
Wait, so I like just going back to what you said about NIL and the coaching, like the mentality of having a coach, like what your coaches, in the past, I think that like times have been changing so much and we've seen transfers, when the transfer portal opens, we've seen players that, like shockingly, like leaving a really good coach, good coach, maybe not for them, but going to a new school, or I'm not getting a lot of playing time my freshman year, I'm going to then transfer and go instead of sticking it out and being developed. Like, I understand both sides of it. Like, what are you seeing, I guess, from your perspective on NIL when you say like, I don't like it, or I want to have, I really believe in that coaching. Like, what was your experience with coaches, or why, just like, tell me more, like why you feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people I think they need to bring back the like rule where you have to like, if you transfer, you have to like sit out, because I think a lot of people are transferring just for NIL money, which is totally fair. I mean, if I had that opportunity, who knows? But like the NIL, I think just is adding a lot of pressure to a lot of these student athletes. But I don't know. I think having a great coach, like I had a truly amazing coach at Western Kentucky, Travis Hudson. He's been there for, I think, 31 seasons now. And it's kind of the same thing. Like he's had opportunities to leave to go make better money, but he has truly built that program from the ground up. And he's done an amazing job with all of his athletes. And so I think just finding that coach that's going to make you better and that's going to truly push you to be the best person that you can be is always something that you should find first.
Do you ever go back and visit with him or talk to him?
Yeah, I actually, this past fall, I was their volunteer assistant coach. So
awesome.
I was able to be in the gym with them and train with them every single day and just help the girls that I played with. So that was truly amazing. And I actually got a text from him right after the championship. Was so sweet, and we still talk regularly.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, have a coach for life like that is
I know.
Great.
Yeah.
So great.
You're like developing the long game. We've talked to a lot of players who've had very different experiences, whether you're like the number one recruit, or we talked to Jordan Thompson, who wasn't highly recruited out of high school and stuck with it with, coaches and teammates and teams that really develop you as a player to become like a much better player in the long term. So I don't know, just from my own personal experience, not at your level, but just having a coach or a mentor like that believes in you, that knows you. Like, what kind of coach, what was his style? Like, do you like to be yelled at? Like, how do you, in a high pressure moments, do you want to be left alone? Like, how do you react to that pressure? And what do you look for when you're being coached?
Yeah, I mean, just going back to Travis, he was very hard on me, which I loved. I think growing up, I've had a ton of hard coaches, and that's made me a better player. Sometimes I don't like it, but it does make me a better player. So I think just in those pressure moments, I love to kind of get that feedback that I need. And if something's not working, that my coach is going to give me the feedback and tell me kind of, hey, like, you got this, but also like still being on me to do my job.
When it comes to like the pro level, when it comes to coaches, it's very different because you're at this level where you kind of know what you're doing for the most part. You might need a little help, you know, if your serve receive is off and you just need reps and a little bit of patience, stuff like that. But there are some players now who have been playing for many years, like Sophia, for example. So how do you like to be coached at the pro level, knowing that there is such like a vast difference in age and development and veterans? Because you were a second-year player this year, so I feel like it's got to be a lot different than what like Sophia wants.
I think in the pro level, like kind of like you said, like you pretty much know everything, and a coach is not trying to change your whole entire game. I think there's certain things in between your game, like little small things that your coach may try and tweak, but at this point in your career, like, you know what you're supposed to do and you know kind of how to play. And so I think a coach's job is to just give that feedback. And if there are those small little tweaks that they want to make, then they'll do that. But it's more of just a lot of feedback from coaches.
And so, and then just like bringing it back to current day of like, you're going into the fifth set and you feel that pressure. It's the championship. Like, that's what little kids dream of, you know, when you're like up at the plate, bases loaded, you're like, I'm in the championship, set 5. What is your team, regardless of coaches? Like, you're just the players on the court. What are you saying to each other? Like, how do you guys lock in so that you became so focused and just dominant starting off at the fifth set?
Yeah, I think from the beginning of the game, we were kind of dialed in. I think in that first set, I think it was Nati who said this, but like we were talking like way too much, and it was like information that didn't need to be said. And so she kind of just said like less talking, like more focus, like we got this kind of thing. And I think that kind of stuck with us all throughout. And I actually got a text from somebody that was like, the ball's still the same size. The court is still the same size. Like, don't let the moment get too big and stuff. And so that was really an important text to me. And I kind of just like kept thinking about that the whole entire match. But yeah, Nati did a great job of leading us throughout that match. And she just was like, enough talking. Like, we're talking way too much. Like, let's focus on what the task at hand is. And so I think that really helped us in that pressure situation and going into that fifth set.
Yeah, after that dominant fourth set. Well, now that, you know, you're a champion, you're in Dallas right now, not far from home. What does the off season look like for you?
It's very unsure right now. May have some things coming out soon. I have no idea. A lot of camps, but it's very unsure right now. Travis actually reached out to me and told me that there's always an opportunity for me to come back to WKU to help train with them again. But setting up some volleyball camps as we speak. But yeah, it's I will definitely be giving myself a little bit of a break to let my body rest. But once that's over, it's time to get back to work.
Your Instagram has you like at lakes and beaches and like enjoying the life. Is that your favorite thing to do when you have downtime?
Yeah, I'm actually going to the lake today.
So fun. You're like, let's finish recording so we can go to the lake.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up. Oh, that's awesome. Are you an activity person when you go to like these vacations and destinations, or are you someone who just wants to do nothing?
It kind of depends. Like, I'm not a person that like, if I go to the beach, I hate just like sitting out there and tanning. Like I get so bored because I can't even like see my phone or anything. So I love to like be doing something or just like being out in the water whenever we do go. But yeah, I do like activities whenever there are some to do.
What do you do on the lake? Are you on the boat? Do you water ski? Do you fish?
We will possibly waterboard today. I don't know. We'll see. My body is still a little sore, so if it's good today, I might try it, but we'll see.
It's so fun. No, I'm the same as you. I was like, I can read for like 10 minutes and I'm like, okay, let's go play some beach volleyball. Let's go wakeboard, like do something.
Yeah, I'm the total opposite. I am totally comfortable doing
Tiff will just lay there.
absolutely nothing, which makes it difficult with two little kids who want to play a lot. So I have to like enjoy my downtime while I can so that I can go have fun with them. Because it is, I do enjoy playing games and like, you know, doing that. But that's like my relaxed time.
Yeah.
Well, Kaylee, what is something that no one really ever asks you about that you kind of wish people knew about you?
Ooh, I don't know, honestly. I feel like I'm kind of an open book. I feel like I get asked a ton of questions that a lot of people know, but I don't know. Actually, that's a great question.
What about like hidden talents or hobbies that you like to do that not many people know about?
I don't know if I can still do this, but when I was younger, I used to be able to pogo stick and jump rope at the same time.
Whoa,
That's impressive.
I think there's actually a video like still on YouTube to this day on my dad's like YouTube account of it. I don't know if I could do that anymore, but I used to be able to do that.
I will go down the rabbit hole and try and find that video after this.
Yeah, you're going to have to find this, Linz.
Yeah.
That's super impressive. That's probably why you're super coordinated at volleyball and jumping and everything.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, Kaylee, we don't want to take up too much of your time because I know that you want to get to the lake and enjoy the beginning of your off season. So to finish our interview, we like to do something called the side out sprint, which is a few rapid fire questions. Okay. So are you cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You ready, Linz?
Yep.
Okay, I'll start. What's your go-to coffee shop order?
Oh, I actually don't drink coffee.
It's all right. Scones, lemonade, tea?
I like a lemonade. But yeah, I don't drink coffee, so probably lemonade.
Got it. So we saw you're a pasta lover. What is your favorite pasta? What's your go-to order?
Like a rosé vodka pasta is always the best. So good with like some Italian sausage.
Nice. So love a good vodka sauce pasta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your must-have beauty product.
I would say mascara because that's like the only thing that I ever wear too.
Perfect.
What's something that happens during a game that you think is like really dumb or annoys you, but you won't say out loud? Like a play.
Your volleyball ick.
Yeah, your volleyball ick.
I think maybe when like somebody, like if it's myself or another teammate, like we have an awesome dig and then like somebody's in the net. Like that's like a heartbreaker. It's horrible.
We're libero, so as liberos, totally get that. What's your favorite animal?
Probably a dog. I know that's so basic, but I love my dog.
What's your dog's name?
Her name is Lexi. She is like a Doberman mix. We actually like got her from my neighbor. Very long story, but yeah, we got her from my neighbor. So we've had her, I think, for like 10 years now, maybe.
So cute.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Do you have a guilty pleasure TV show or something that you're watching that you love?
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh, it's so good. That's such a good guilty pleasure.
I cannot say I can join you on that. I'm not a reality fan, but I did hear that is a great show for guilty pleasure viewing.
I used to not be a reality show person, but I watched that and I'm like, there is so much drama, and I know some of it is probably so fake, but I'm like, it's still so good.
That's how I felt about season 1 of Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Because that one actually seemed semi-real, even though I know things were staged. But I was like, this is so amazing. The last one for me. What's a location you want to go to for vacation that's not a beach or a lake?
I would love to go back to Italy. We took a sister trip there in last May, and we went to Italy, Spain. So it was awesome. I would love to go back there.
Delicious pasta out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay, if you were our last question, if you were mic'd up mid-match, who would we hear the most? Or what would we hear you say the most?
Oh gosh, it would probably have to be bleeped out so much. I'm gonna be so honest. That would not be good.
I can't see you cursing.
On the court? Yeah.
It's so funny when like they zoom in, after a good play and they zoom in and like we can fully lip read, you're like, fuck yeah.
My grandma would like text me after like college games and be like, oh my gosh, you can't say that or something. Like, I can read your lips.
You're like, as soon as I step on that court, I am a whole other person.
Uh-huh.
Well, Kaylee, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on winning the title, especially in Dallas's inaugural season. We appreciate all of this, and it was so great getting to know you. Enjoy the lake and enjoy your off season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations. We're so happy you're here.
Thank you.